Looky there. I've been working on that dust chain. That is the most troublesome thing on this sawmill. It's one of the most satisfying things to watch too when it's running. Got me a new little pile of dust down there. Been cutting a little bit. It got me a nice little stack of 2x6s and inch boards down there. Been cutting a little bit right here. I didn't want to bother y'all watching me going in and out off bearing. So I just went ahead and did the slab cuts and all that stuff. And I got a couple of pieces here, and I've been squaring up everything, and I've got it dialed in. Everything's square, cutting straight. And you see the set works back here. I've been learning on it. Simple as they come. You just move those, loosen those wing nuts and move that switch back or forth, make it thicker or thinner. So I've been getting it dialed in because, you know, I moved the track where I put the welded track back on, and the blade referencing what the set works were, you know, was off, you know, 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch or whatever. So getting that squared up or dialed in, and so when we cut a 2-inch board, we're getting a 2-inch board. So working on that. I'll hang this thing here up. We'll cut one, then I'll probably turn it off. Like they're 2 inches. I'll go around there and measure them, then I'm going to throw them, I don't know what you call them, slabs. Put them on there and edge them down to some inch boards. I'll walk around here and show you my dust chain right quick before I turn off. That's some of the logs that come from my neighbor over there that he gave me. He's a pretty good old neighbor. Now I'll show you right here. I got some of those cleats on there, but I gotta bolt a sweep thing on there. I gotta bolt a board or a piece of conveyor belt or cut off some tire or something. rubber tire. Gotta do something. I'll show you the shimming I put underneath the carriage. That white part there. It's about a ½ inch thick. I put it underneath the thing. See right there? That carriage was sitting out of level. The back end here was down about a ½ inch. So I put that shimming underneath each axle and raised that carriage up level. And I'll show you another thing I did. I've been seeing that I had to do this for a while, but I hadn't. I'm going to turn that engine off right quick. Yeah, I know that I needed to do this, but I just didn't want to do it because I thought it was going to be a real big deal, but it ended up not being a big deal. But the blade, the saw blade itself was out of plumb, and it was, well, it's hard to describe which direction it was out of plumb, but it was out of plumb, so I had the husk here sitting right on this. So it was off about this much. I finally just went ahead and took my grinder and ground it off where I had it welded on there. And that was on both sides down there on that end too. And so I jacked it up and put some oak wood under it and checked the plumbing on the blade, and it's good and plumb now. And so I welded. Really enjoy making fun of my welding, but I'm not a welder. I'm not a sawmiller either. I don't really know what I am. But so anyway, I did that today, and so I did those two squaring up things, the carriage and getting the blade pumped, and man, that thing is cutting great. It's and put my new chain on there this morning too, and I just love seeing that dust fly off there. I know it's stupid, but if you see dust, it means you're doing work, and I like that. So like I said, I've been cutting 2x6s, and they've been coming out like 2 1/4 thick, 2 1/4 inches, and so that's, I don't know if that's what sawmill lumber is supposed to come out at, but I would just assume if you getting sawmill lumber you'd want 2 inches. So I've been messing with the set work, so look there, that's right on 2 now. Look at, man, that's perfect. All the way down. Look there. Man, that's cutting good. Good and square there, ain't it? Heck yeah. So I think what I'd like to do now is get all this mess out of here. I'm thinking that boy that bought them 2x6s from me the other day I was telling you about, he's a real good friend of mine. Well, I tell you he is. I've known him for 30 years now, working with him, and he's a good friend. So anyway, I was going to give him all that to go with those 2x6s, and he's going to build him a shed, I believe, and he can make that work. And but I'm about to get the hang of this. You guys that know anything about these engines, you can leave me a comment, tell me what I need to do here. But I changed the fuel filters in it. That bottom one down there is like a screen, so I just cleaned it, put it back on. And the top one, it you know, has an element. So I changed the element, put it back in there. And now, whenever I come back to start the engine, it's lost its prime. It won't, it's drained the fuel out of that top filter. So I found out I can take this plug here out, and then I'll take my little bottle of diesel fuel and fill that filter casing up and put the screw back on it. It'll fire right up. But it's losing its prime. Somehow it's draining that back down. It's not draining outside, it's draining inside somewhere. I don't know which direction it's going. I assume it's going back into the tank or down through the injector pump. I don't know. Somebody can tell me what I've done wrong. I'm open to some comments. I'm no diesel mechanic. I'm no sawmiller, and I'm no welder. I don't know what I am. I appreciate it. We're having a good day down here at the mill.